everybody, it's Caitlin with Glitter Chimp coming to you today from my craft room to do a tutorial on how to do a different type of epoxy pour. So I have my canvas here. This is an 8x8 canvas. I've got my tray here to catch my epoxy, and I have my epoxy mixed. So we're gonna do this kind of a different way. I'm actually gonna take my watch off because I don't want to get anything on that. So let me take my watch off, get my gloves, and we're gonna get started. So what we're gonna do is actually do the entire canvas in black first, and then we're going to add to it, after we do that. So I'm gonna use, I've got a lot of black space here that I need black. So we're gonna use charcoal, and I'm going to add a little bit of Liberty Bell to give it a little pop of some sparkle. So we're going to get that mixed in there, make it nice and dark. All right, I don't know how much charcoal that I put in there, but we're going to see. So I'm just going to stir this up, make it nice. I spilled on my canvas, but that's okay. It's gonna get covered up anyhow. So that's nice and very dark. Perfect. So let me check this one. Perfect, nice dark black mixed in there with charcoal. Now, I'm going to add some Liberty Bell. And these are those nice sparkly little flakes. So I'm just going to sprinkle that in there. And again, that is Liberty Bell. And what will happen is once this is on there, you'll start to see the little flecks of gold. It's more of a copper, I guess, pop through, which is what I'm wanting. So I've got that nice and sparkly. Let me grab a paper towel. All right, so like I said, I want the entire canvas to be coated black first, and then we're gonna add a couple pops of color. I'm actually gonna scrape out as much of this epoxy in here as I can. There we go. Kind of looks like space. Get the black all over this. By the way, the sound you hear in the background is Olivia. She's in here crafting on her side of the table. Say hi, Olivia.
Hi.
All right, so now we have this on here. So there's two ways I can spread this, either with the tilt method, which you just take your canvas, pick it up, and move it like so. However, I'm extremely impatient, so I'm gonna do the frosting method. Not real frosting, Olivia. I'm just spreading the epoxy. Just like you're frosting a cake.
Wait,
No cake.
Cake.
Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to take that, set that over there, switch gloves. And I'm going to hit this with the torch to get any air bubbles that may be. I'll move that so y'all don't have as much of a glare. There we go. And my lighter, my torch has been driving me nuts lately because it doesn't want to light. So I have to use a hack and light it with this. For some reason, the starter's not quite working very well. All right, so I have 3 things of epoxy here, and I'm gonna try to do a type of flower. So I'm gonna use O negative, but I'm gonna add some Maryland to it, so it's got a little bit of extra red sparkle to it. Color a lot. All right, so now I'm going to add some Maryland, which is one of our divas. And that's just to give it a little extra sparkle. See how nice that is. Such a beautiful red.
Mom, why do you like red so much?
It's just my favorite color, Olivia. So it's got that nice, super beautiful red. Perfect color red. Okay, so I've got my red. And I'm going to kind of get a little crazy here. I'm going to actually do a little orange. Which I know that sounds kind of nuts. But I'm going to mix it with something. So this is saffron. But I don't want it to be like super, super orange. So, where is that color? Here we go. No, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at the wall here. What do I got? What do I got?
Mom, I think you should have put it in ABC order.
That would have made my life easier. I'm going to put some Fandango in this. And I haven't used Fandango yet. It's a nice pink. Oops. So I'm mixing it.
Crazy much as you want. Because she really is.
Thanks, Olivia. All right. So I'm trying to get kind of a nice, like an orangey pink. I don't want to be super duper orange. And now I've made 2 pink. So I'm going to add more saffron.
Don't add too much saffron.
I know. That's better. There we go. So it's kind of like an orange pink color, which is what I actually want. Which is going to go with that. And then, my gosh, I just blanked. I'm going to add some Liberty Bell to this so that it's got an extra little bit of some sparkle. That's a lot of Liberty Bell, but that's okay. Nice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now I'm gonna add some white. I'm gonna make some white epoxy. And in order to do that, I need a few extra little things here. Which is, I'm gonna use Jasmine, which is a white mica. And then I'm going to, of course, give it some sparkle because I want extra sparkle. I'm going to use, it's really pretty, and my goodness, it sure is. This is probably my favorite mica additive. Lost my stick there. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix that up. And white mica is kind of a weird, when you mix it in with epoxy, you end up with a really good milky color. But when you want it to be very white, you add a little bit of some white alcohol ink.
Like how it's milky right here?
Yes, Olivia, just like that. You add a little bit of some white alcohol ink to it. And it'll actually make it less transparent and bit more opaque.
Woo, go Glitter Chimp.
Thank you, Olivia. All right, so now that's good. So what we're going to do is layer these three together. I'm gonna go ahead and get my little popsicle sticks out of my resin. And I hope this works because I haven't done this before. So what I'm gonna do is just build some dots.
That looks cool, like some flowers.
It's kind of what we're trying to do. So
Like
I've got
from
red.
Once I read a book in school called A Dot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna mix some white. A little bit of that orangey pink.
What are you even trying to make?
You'll see in just a second. And then we're gonna go back in with a little more red.
What are those dots supposed to be?
You'll see in a second.
Flowers?
You'll see in a second.
Roses?
You'll see it in a second. All right. So now I'm using my new fancy heat gun. This is Genesis heat gun. It has a special cover on it, so it creates more of a fan effect. So I'm going to move all this stuff out of my way, just in case I decide to splatter everywhere. And turn this on. So for this, though, I'm going to mute the audio in the video so that you can't hear how loud this is since it's so close to the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and you guys get to watch the magic. Because what I'm going to do is try to push this out so it fans in all directions. All right, y'all, there it is. Nice and finished. All I'm going to do now is go in here and fill in these little gaps here where the water has, not water, the resin has come, like it's not quite covering the edges. So I just use this little trowel here and then scoop and then dribble it on there. so that it falls off the canvas more. And this just helps it flow a little bit better all over the sides. Especially that heat gun gets hot. So what happens is the epoxy really starts to flow. And this isn't using any kind of epoxy other than this is just the Glitter Chimp Pro, because I want it to still flow for a while as it's curing. So, and the cool thing too is that as it does that, you end up with all the cool cells that appear on the canvas. So this is using the Glitter Chimp Pro epoxy. Just gonna go around and get all these edges. Okay, you guys, so that's it. So I'm going to let this sit and cure and then come back and show it to you guys once it is all finished. All right, everyone, here is the new canvas that I made with you guys watching. I hope you guys like how it turned out. I really like how it turned out. Again, though, red's my favorite color. So it's, of course, something I'm going to like. I do want to make something different that I've recently seen, kind of like a cool method as of doing it. I've only seen it done, of course, with an acrylic pour. So I'm gonna try to do it with resin and replicate doing that acrylic pour, but doing it with resin. So this is what I've done. Another just abstract art piece that I can hang on the wall, give to somebody, or even sell. Just kind of one of those fun things. It's fun to get out of my comfort zone and work with mediums that I'm not used to, which is canvas. So yeah, I'm gonna do a few more of these videos just because it's fun, and I really want to try to do that other method that I've done with acrylic paint before, so try to translate it to using it with epoxy. So that's what I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up for a like. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our tutorials. If you enjoyed this, or if there's other types of pours or something you want to see me do with canvas, comment below, and I'm going to try to get a video done just for you guys of what you guys want to see. Otherwise, we got another video coming up later this week on an education of epoxy, which is very important, especially since we now have our own Glitter Chimp epoxy. But this is going to be an informational video strictly on all resin and epoxy, no matter what brand you use, because it's important for you guys to know what you need to know about picking out the right epoxy. So we'll get that video done later this week. Otherwise, you guys have a great rest of your week, and happy Tuesday, everyone. See you guys again soon.